Hello, beautiful world. So, have you heard of this thing called climate change? You know how the planet is warming up and our ice caps are melting and raising sea level and causing more significant climate conditions, significant, more adverse climate conditions for us as a species, but also many other species. Yeah, you heard of that? Well, my solution, I'm one person, so I'm responsible for at least being a part of that solution that I see, has concluded in, not concluded, but is in a food forest. So I like to spend at least a couple of hours, it's more like 4 hours or so, every few days, so at least 2, 3 times a week, out in the food forest, growing food for my family, growing food, medicine, other stuff for trade, swapping, and keeping my impact small, tread lightly, that kind of thing. So in the food forest, I've been able to transform a grass paddock into a food forest. Yeah, I've spent time doing this. I've spent, my energy and finances in getting plants. Even started a plant nursery so that every time I sell plants, I can get a plant for myself to be able to plant, which has worked really well. I don't need the nursery anymore for that purpose, and it was never sustainable in the long run unless, of course, I wanted to move to a bigger site, etc., etc., etc. What is it? Go big or go home. So it did its job, and now I have access to this beautiful food forest where I can hang out, play. So I don't really go out much. My work requires me to sometimes go onto other people's sites and give advice. I do coaching and consulting via the phone mostly, and I am playing around doing better at digital marketing. So watch that space. Maybe not. Who cares? But the point is that by incorporating a food forest into my everyday life, I have been able to reduce my costs and my outgoings. I don't need to go to the supermarket very often at all. A trip to the supermarket once a month is fine. I've been able to go and get seconds and produce that is not, that the supermarkets reject. I've been able to grow my own. We've been able to live a more minimalistic lifestyle, which means the pressure on work is reduced, so I don't have to put that many hours into work. And for me, my work for the last 5 years, a lot of it has been to do with family court and trying to look after my sons. But that's going off onto another story altogether. I just wanted to make the point that the solution for climate change is in your hands. Get together, do what you can to plant some trees. Let's change this climate back. We could do it so fast with the technology we have. We can change it very fast with the technology and the know-how that we have, and we don't have to do it by ourselves. We can do it with plants. And anyone who's doesn't agree or is not convinced that humans have the ability to change climate, well, this was a forest that got cut down into a lawn, maintained as a lawn. It was hot in summer, all opened, exposed, the soil, topsoil, all eroded. It had very little to no topsoil, so the water would not penetrate into the soil. Compaction from the ride-on mower going over it, no trees, they kept on getting chopped down, and so it was hot in summer, cooler in winter. Whereas now, if I was standing in the same space 10 years ago, hot, I'd have the sun on me, but now I'm in the shade It's nice and cool. I've got breezes coming through, nice and cool. So you have an impact on your climate. What you choose to focus on and put your energy into is the impact you're having. If you're commuting in and out of work, you're living in a city, that's what you're contributing. Your actions are what you're contributing. How you live. If you need to have the next thing, if you need to constantly be buying stuff, if you entertain yourself with constantly buying material substances, they're coming from somewhere. They're being shipped, packaged, and bought from somewhere. They're being ordered, delivered from somewhere. So I'm not saying that I am not consuming. I am consuming, and I am just trying to be mindful of the consumption, and I am being happy with what I got. I am being happy with more, really, because I have more stuff than I could ever. I'm very blessed. But this took a commitment to be able to see this through and to be able to go into a grass paddock and go, yep, I can put a forest here. And anyone else can do that too. And so that means you can, if you wanted to be able to play around in your own oasis, because that's what it is. I get to dig out little ponds, I get to play around. It's so fun all year round. There's some cool stuff going on. There's amazing fruit to be picked, vegetables growing everywhere. So you have a choice too with your actions and how you want to do it. So if you want to live in a food forest, and hey, maybe you live in the subtropics, because I can help you in the subtropics. I can help you grow a forest elsewhere maybe, but really, I've done the food forest in the subtropics. Happy to help. So, what's your solution to climate change? It's what you're doing. And if you are not a part of the solution, then you're not a part of the solution. Cheers. Thank you for watching.